Should we be worried considering, of course, the trade gap surging even further here? We're talking about surging imports, of course.
Well, the challenge to us is to be able to take advantage of the depreciating peso, to be able to export more, so that we, of course, let the inflow try to counterbalance that outflow of dollars. And indeed, this is a good opportunity. Every time there is a depreciation of the peso, it makes our exports cheaper in the eyes of our markets abroad. And so that is an opportunity that we have to try and cash in on. And of course, this is the time really to be pushing for exports, more exports, especially in those sectors where there's a lot of scope for increasing exports. And I'm talking about agriculture. And really, all eyes are on agriculture right now. And it's time to look at the agricultural exports and stop focusing just on the internal products like rice and corn, but look at how we can actually export a lot more products from the farms, like our neighbors are actually doing, much, much more than we are able to do.
Just how robust are we growing here? What are your projections? Are we expecting a better push as well in terms of consumption now that we're projecting as well bigger gains in terms of remittances?
Well, you know, one effect precisely is that the remittances also gain in value in peso terms. So the peso depreciation actually boosts the spending of the many, many families of overseas Filipino workers receiving remittances. So that will be a boost to consumption spending, which of course is, is the dominant boost on the supply, on the demand side for our GDP growth. So indeed, we expect some push from that. So again, the signs are that the economy will in fact keep growing and growing than the rest of in fact, most of the rest of our region and most of the emerging economies of our level. From the IMF forecast of about, I think, 4 to 5% growth in the emerging economies, we can still very well do 6 to 7%.
And recession definitely still out of the picture here for the Philippines.
Well, for the Philippines, a lot of our economic growth is coming from internal demand. And right now, there is no real threat in terms of internal demand because, again, investment seems to be picking up as well. We just heard the news that manufacturing is actually picking up as well. So I personally don't see any risk of a recession in the foreseeable future right now.